We have, as UNDP, as the UN, done a lot of work for many years on supporting the private sector, on working on the enabling environment for the private sector. We have done a lot of work in the area of corporate social responsibility. We have been, I think, major supporters of the Global Compact. What we're looking at now is moving beyond those approaches to really focusing on how the private sector can support our commitment to the MDGs, how we can develop more inclusive markets to reach the poor. And the core concept, which is that we work with businesses to develop, to support approaches which mean that their core business reach and serve the poor. That is really the new piece to what we are trying to do. We have a situation where in many developing countries, in many countries in the world, the relationship of the public to the private sector is still seen often in ideological terms. And if you want to discuss or look at the important role that the private sector can play, there's a kind of implicit assumption that that means that you place less importance to the public sector, or you're looking at a trade-off between the public and the private sectors. What's important here is that both have a very critical role to play. And as the United Nations, we can really make a contribution, I think, to the kind of dialogue between the public and the private sectors, which means that we can work together in partnership. It's really important to move this debate about the role of the private sector, the critical contribution the private sector can make to alleviating poverty, to moving it to a really grounded, empirically based discussion, and to move it away from some of the very heavy ideological content that we've had in the past. It's really important that we focus on the unleashing of entrepreneurship nationally, of the unleashing of indigenous private sector. The international private sector, foreign direct investment is a very important contributor. We shouldn't in any way not take that into account. But when you look at the numbers, it's the indigenous private sector which is really going to make the biggest difference in terms of reaching and serving the poor.